and welcome to Module 9. In this module, we're going to be going over what we call the 5 C's, and we're also going to be going over pricing and pricing strategies. The learning objectives for this module is to explain the role of pricing within the marketing mix, describe how the 5 C's guide pricing decisions, compare pricing strategies for products and services, identify key psychological pricing tactics, and to recognize ethical and contextual factors that influence pricing. So starting with the 5 C's, what are the 5 C's? And we call these the 5 critical C's of pricing. First, we're going to go over cost. Know fixed and variable costs before setting a price. 2, customers. Understand what buyers expect and will pay. 3, channels of distribution. Account for wholesalers and retailers adding margins. Competition. Benchmark against rivals and alternatives. Compatibility. Align price with brand image and marketing objectives. So one of my clients is a smaller brand, mom and pop. It's just him and his wife running this business. And we go over these 5 C's all the time. So this is for small companies. These are for big brands. It's all the same when it comes to marketing. Applying the 5 C's. Examples. Costs. Starbucks balances premium ingredients and profit margins. Customer. Toyota versus Lexus, price based on different market segments. Channels. IKEA supply chain and dealer profits affect final price. Competition. Gazelle versus Giant bicycles illustrate market positioning. And compatibility. McDonald's wouldn't launch a $20 steak without confusing its customers. Here's just a couple little graphics to go with it. Starbucks graphics. I'm a big Starbucks fan. Why Starbucks charges premium prices. That is the part I don't like about going to Starbucks. But if there's a mom and pop coffee place, I'd rather go there. But with all the traveling I do, sometimes Starbucks is just my go-to. Starbucks pricing is heavily influenced by cost structure. They use high quality beans, specialty syrups and toppings. They now even have the protein cold foam, ethically sourced coffee, fair trade sustainability programs, train baristas and labor-intensive customization. I mean, anyone who's ordered a Starbucks or heard the person in line next to him order a Starbucks, it could be a whole paragraph long, and these baristas really need to know what they're doing. Prime retail locations, high rent, higher cost of doing business. Like I said, I travel a lot, and sometimes that's my only choice. Off the freeway, it's right there, back on the freeway, set to go with not just drinks, but food as well. The picture again. Why Starbucks charges premium prices. Starbucks must charge more than a typical coffee shop to maintain ingredient quality, ethical sourcing, comfortable store environments, consistent global experience, and strong profit margins. So kind of the same as this slide here. Starbucks isn't selling just coffee, though. They're selling a premium experience, a consistent brand, a place to work, study, socialize, a customizable beverage. Pricing reflects both cost and value, which is why $7 latte makes sense within their business model. I will have to say it's a great place to just hang. Again, with my traveling, sometimes I will spend a couple hours out of Starbucks working where there's reception, Wi-Fi, where I can drink, eat, and they have a good, clean bathroom. All the little things when you're traveling. Pricing and pricing strategy. So pricing terminology. Price. What is being charged or exchanged for a product or service? Value. What a product or service is worth to a consumer or the maximum amount they would pay. Fixed cost. Associated with the operating and marketing expenses of a company. These costs do not change with the number of products sold, so they are considered fixed. Variable cost. Per unit cost associated with the product. Example would be the cost of material to make the product. Break-even quantity, the quantity the company needs to sell at a certain price in order to cover fixed cost. Break-even price, the amount of product needs to be priced in order to cover expenses at a certain quantity sold. So here's an example of all the different pricing strategies. We have dynamic pricing, and these slides are pretty important while you build your marketing plan. Dynamic pricing is a variable rate is used for each customer, often based on the product or service's demand. As demand fluctuates, seasons, holidays, etc., the price changes as well. So think hotels, airline, car rentals. Again, you can tell I travel a lot. Flat rate pricing charges one rate for unlimited use of a service during a specified time frame, or when a company charges one price no matter the number of hours required to deliver the good or service. So an example could be Netflix, the streamings, maybe other membership apps on your phone, gym memberships, all sorts of different things like that. Then we have a la carte pricing, which is when consumers can choose to add and purchase product features individually, giving them a choice about the final price of the product. So here's a screenshot here of a photographer. These are kind of a la carte pricing. Also, you might see at restaurants. Yes, you have meals, but then you can also have the add-on food items. That would be a la carte pricing as well. A lot of small businesses and different services do a la carte pricing. Psychological strategies and pricing. I'm sure you've seen this as you go shopping places, see it online, grocery store. Odd even pricing. When a marketer sets the price of a product a few cents or a few dollars, or sometimes just 1 cent under an even number. 99 instead of 100, 99 cents instead of $1. Reference pricing, or what we call anchor pricing, uses another price as a reference point to make a product's price seem more appealing. Original price as a reference point. One way a marketer can use reference pricing is by showing a product's original retail value on the tag before showing its current sales price. This one, I admit, this gets me sometimes. Oh, it used to be $2.89 and now it's on sale for $1.99. This puts a higher reference point in the customer's mind as to what the item is worth, and the selling price seems cheaper in comparison. Industry reference point provides industry or competitor prices as a reference point. A consumer often has an internal reference point for a price, which is a price or price range the customer believes is fair based on his or her knowledge of or experience. It is helpful and strategic for a marketer to provide an external reference point for the consumer. This is a marketer-supplied price to give consumers an idea of what the product is worth. So in my mind, when I read this slide, it comes to cars. Okay, we know a certain type of car is going to be sold for between $40,000 and $45,000, right? But you know, if it's more than $45,000, you're kind of getting ripped off. If it's $40,000 or lower, you might be getting a good deal. So it's good to do some research on your items before making a purchase. Random incidental reference prices. Some websites show images of very high price, unrelated products when customers are shopping on the site or during checkout. Just the product being surrounded by higher priced items makes it appear to be a better deal in comparison. This one for sure gets me. I do some online shopping. Just came across this recently with Lululemon. When you put certain items of Lululemon in your online shopping cart and then it shows other products more expensive. This totally got me the other day. The third option, adding an inferior option will make the original product more attractive. The decoy acts as a sort of reference point. Prestige pricing sets high prices for products to create the perception that they are elite, so that status-seeking customers will want to buy them. If a company is marketing a unique product and high quality but offering them at a low price, the price may actually misrepresent the product quality. This is so true. Bundle pricing is packaging two or more goods or services together to sell them for a single packaged price. The bundled package is usually priced below what a customer would pay to buy each item individually. So, great example is the value meal going to McDonald's. Multiple unit pricing. When there is a price break for purchasing multiple units of a product, this encourages customers to buy more products than they might have otherwise. I will admit my husband falls for this all the time at the grocery store, and I say, what the heck are we going to do with 4 cases of soda? But they were 4 for it was cheaper. Okay, now we have all this soda at the house. So, yep, definitely fall for it as well. Loss leader, when a popular item sells at an artificially low price, often below the company's product cost to attract people to the store. The strategy is that the overall sales from the customer's purchase will offset the loss in profit from that loss leader sale. So an example would be the printer is super inexpensive, but you have to constantly get cartridges, ink cartridges, which are expensive. And you're always going to need ink cartridges where you're just going to make this purchase once. Okay, so assignment for Module 9 are Assignment 5, your Canva project. This is super creative project. Please go through the tutorials and create something creative. Create something creative. Okay, you get what I'm saying. Quiz 9, pricing and strategies. Social media examiner, topic and outline. Topic and outline only, not the whole thing. Please read the assignment instructions and email me if you have any questions on that. And your marketing plan, step 3, target marketing and positioning. So big week this week, but you guys can do it. You're doing great so far. Keep up the hard work.